in the 2022 draft.
But
Chris Olave and Garrett.
The thing with J-Mo though is the first couple seasons were, you know what I'm saying, him not being able to be on the field because his rookie year he was still dealing with the torn ACL and shit. Then last year he was dealing with getting suspended for gambling. This year will be the first season in his young career that he's going to be able to start week 1. And I feel like that's huge for him. He's going to be able to get first team reps with Jared Goff and shit like that, and maybe they can build a connection just like Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown had these last couple years. So I feel like Jameson Williams is definitely due for a breakout season. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got NFL busts that can save their career this season. Let's check this out.
Welcome to That's Good Sports, the only sports show that can't ever be called a bust because nobody expected it to ever be any good.
Damn.
I'm Brandon Perna, or as my parents call me, the bust of children, a disappointment, a mistake, a bastard, the reason we drink, etc. And today, I wanted to talk about some of the players who have been labeled busts, either justly or possibly prematurely, and emphasize how this season could change their destiny.
Justin Fields.
We're going to start with the easy one, okay? The low-hanging fruit in Panthers quarterback Bryce.
I think Bryce will have a better chance than he did last year because remember he didn't have the best. He wasn't entering the best of situations because they basically traded away his #1 wide receiver to draft him. But they've done a better job this year of surrounding him with talent, trading for Deontay Johnson, drafting Xavier Legette. They also drafted Jonathan Brooks. They drafted Jatavian Sanders, who was the second best tight end in this draft class, and they upgraded on the offensive line in the process as well, because that offensive line was horrific last year, bro. I'm telling you, he was fighting for his life.
Of Bryce's, a man I hope with every fiber of.
But I hope he breaks out this year, bro. Roll Tide till I die,
fans, bro. But more importantly, I want to see it for the untall man. Also, we all know Bryce didn't get a fair shake in 2023. Now, it's wildly unfair to call Bryce Young a bust after a
100%.
single season. I know that. But in terms of being the #1 overall pick compared to his production on the field, it's fair to say his rookie season was a massive bust. He was handicapped by a group of receivers who were the worst in the league at getting separation.
Mingo, Terrace Marshall, DJ Chark. Where's Adam Thielen?
Hate each other, separate
bro,
better than.
You know how bad this is? Adam Thielen isn't even up here, bro. What the hell? And Adam Thielen was basically their best receiver last year. Oh wait, hold up, there he is. He forgot to put the arrow
receivers last year.
I couldn't even see
Beyond
his
separation, I think you have to factor in the offensive scheme.
Yeah,
you know, one that has.
And Frank Reich is not
designed to get guys
a good
open.
head coach.
This was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special we talked about. He was saving all day.
And it's fair to say that with the midseason firing of Frank Reich and the snip, snap, snapping of who was calling offensive plays, there was no scheme in Carolina. Hopefully, a beefed up offensive line helps, as does the
he deserved that too.
Deontay
One of the most
Johnson
underrated guards in the league as well, bro, when he was playing at Miami.
Legette. In terms of bustiness, Bryce Young is a double D, boasting one of the worst statistical seasons ever for a quarterback taken first overall. A lot of what went wrong wasn't 100% on him, okay? But he also didn't fucking do anything cool. Well, he did make the Saints look like
the hell was he supposed to do?
Tackle. Even one of Young's best touchdown throws was tipped. Probably should have been picked by Xavier Howard. As much shit as we give the Panthers receivers, this catch by Adam Thielen may be the most contested catch of all of last season. Young's total QBR was 33.3, which was the second worst since 2007 for a #1 overall pick. He was second to last in completion percentage last season, and his 11 touchdowns were the fewest in NFL history for quarterbacks with at least 500 attempts. That's for any quarterback. I don't know if Bryce Young will ever turn into a franchise guy. I saw almost nothing last year to convince me that he has it. And rewatching some plays, like this 4th and 6 conversion, makes me see an underthrown pass that should have been a 39-yard touchdown. Guys who have it transcend shitty situations in flashes.
I mean, but when you have
Came
pressure
from
in your
moments
face,
outside
bro,
of, say, facing a Joe Barry
like, what are you
defense,
supposed to
but
do
the bar
about
was
that?
set low, and Dave Canales, the devastating.
Now, Bryce Young doesn't have the strongest arm. I'm not gonna sit up here and glaze him. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he still has a pretty good arm to stretch the ball down the field.
And some reformed porn addict who saved Baker Mayfield.
But I
is
heard
the
that
right
he
guy
bulked
for
up a
Bryce Young.
little bit.
If Young has even pedestrian numbers this season, it will look like a massive leap forward. His ceiling, in my opinion, is Tua. And this is the year he has to convince the Panthers they should keep him around.
That's a pretty good comparison too, because Tua did step up and took to another level. Okay, bro.
Bears
They go up to another level when they traded for Tyreek Hill.
Better satisfaction percent.
God damn, nigga.
No time, Gary. Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams,
J-Mo.
famously named after 2 whiskeys. It's why I call him Kentucky Irish. The Lions took a
Roll
shot
Tide.
at Jameson at pick 12 in the 2022 draft.
But
Chris Olave and Garrett.
the thing with J-Mo though is the first couple seasons were, you know what I'm saying, him not being able to be on the field because his rookie year he was still dealing with the torn ACL and shit. Then last year he was dealing with getting suspended for gambling. This year will be the first season in his young career that he's going to be able to start week 1. And I feel like that's huge for him. He's going to be able to get first team reps with Jared Goff and shit like that. And maybe they can build a connection just like Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown had these last couple years. So I feel like Jameson Williams is definitely due for a breakout season.
Wilson had just come off the board. Detroit grabbed the Bama receiver despite the fact that he
I wanted him to be a
ACL
Raven
in the
so
national
bad, bro.
championship
I
game.
did.
Now, Jameson Williams' most impressive NFL accomplishment so far is returning from that ACL injury less than a year after tearing it. His first NFL reception was an insane 41-yard touchdown.
And he just
in an
burns
impressive
by
win for
people.
The Lions who defeated the Vikings 34-23
That's their deep
that
throw
day.
right there.
That was week 13
But he's also
of the
a yak
2022
guy.
season. Williams finished that year with just that one reception and touchdown. Although he was only targeted 9 times all year, that's fine. His rookie season was just about him recovering from that injury and getting back on the field. But then he got suspended for 4 games to start the 2023 season because he placed sports bets at the Lions team facility, and even though the bets were not on NFL games, he had to sit. Now, I find his performance in his sophomore season more concerning. Just 354 yards and 2 touchdowns. He does have 2 rushing touchdowns, including that famous one against the 49ers in the postseason. He has yet
I feel like that's what they got to do more with him.
Famous one against
Give him the ball, like give him the ball in his
He has
hands and
yet
watch
to
him
produce
work.
100-yard
Cause that's what he's
receiving
best
game,
at.
And his worst outing
Give
was
him the
against
ball
the Ravens
and
when he had 0 catches on 6 targets, including this drop touchdown, which bothers me because that was garbage time. There was no pressure here. The lack of production thus far concerns me because the Lions throw the ball at a high clip. Jared Goff had the 2nd most passing yards and attempts last season. There's a buffet in Detroit, and it's up to you as a skill player to get up to that buffet so you can fucking eat. J-Mo has yet to do that. But here's why I'm actually bullish on Jameson Williams heading into his 3rd year. His rookie season was essentially a redshirt year, okay? Last year, he was basically the 4th best option in the receiving game behind Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and underrated vet Josh Reynolds. Hell,
who's with the
Khalif
Broncos
Raymond
now.
had more receiving yards last year than Williams. But what we have seen, going all the way back to his first catch, is the big playability. He had 4 grabs for 30 or more yards last season. Amon-Ra had 6 with roughly 100 more catchable targets. This year, though, Josh Reynolds is gone, joining my Broncos. The learning period is over for Williams, and we will see.
I know he's been going through
J-Mo
hell.
get 80 to 100 targets possibly this season. If he does not perform, Detroit will be drafting his replacement in the next draft. I don't think I've ever seen a wide receiver labeled a bust as quickly as it was applied to Chargers first-round pick Quentin Johnston last
That has
year.
definitely been his problem
Johnston played
already.
in all 17 games, but only posted 38 grabs for 431
And the
yards.
fact that he was drafted before Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison blows my
2
mind.
touchdowns.
But
His
I'm
production
fine
would
with
have
it
been
because we got
forgiven
Zay
if
Flowers.
Mike Williams was healthy all year and Johnston was the number 3 receiver in development mode as a rook. But when Williams got hurt, the expectation was Johnston needed to step up, and we didn't see that.
Nope.
Not to mention, Johnston had 3 drops, including this backbreaker late in the
That
fourth quarter.
they would have probably like this game would have at
at
most, well not at most, at least gone to overtime.
Got the bust tag right away. You also get less
But
room
if
for
he
errors,
catches
and
this
why
shit,
Johnston got the bust
it like he
tag right
because number 37 slows down for some reason. If he catches this shit in stride, he's got the speed to make it to the end zone,
You
bro.
also get less room for error.
I bit my tongue
when
while I
your
was talking.
quarterback's cock gets gobbled by the national media. Less room
Nigga,
for
what?
error when your quarterback's cock gets gobbled by the national media, like it will rid you of all your debt.
Bro,
if
you're not
you
even
delay
gonna
it
say
hard
pause?
enough.
No Diddy
Of
after
course,
that,
he's
nigga?
heading into year 2 on a Chargers team that no longer has Keenan Allen or Mike Williams atop the wide receiver depth chart. So it's going to be a sink or swim situation for Quentin Johnston.
Yo.
Either he'll thrive in Jim Harbaugh's offense or Lad McConkey will
Lad
emerge as the
McConkey.
Chargers' top target in 2024. The coaching situation improved greatly, and I think there will be
100%.
less pressure on the receivers as
I don't even know how Brandon Staley even had a job last year, especially after the choke job he did when they went against the Raiders in week 18, bro. When they had a chance to make the playoffs, if he didn't call a timeout, dumbass
is
nigga.
poised to lean
come
on
on
the
now.
run first.
JK.
Athletically,
I hope
Johnston
JK can stay
has
healthy.
All the tools, and even though he's a division
Him and
rival,
Gus are gonna
I
be a
am rooting
problem
for
if
him
they both can
because
stay
I think
healthy.
the criticism was over the top. Then we've got Chase Claypool,
Oh,
who might be
gosh,
the only
yes.
player to lose the bust tag simply by default. But of course, when you really think about it, it might be hard to call Chase Claypool a bust.
How?
At least in the traditional sense of the word, right? Claypool was honestly
The only thing with him is maturity issues. Like we saw that, I believe it was his second season when they went against the Vikings and he caught a first down pass and he started celebrating and shit. That's where it's been at, bro. That's what it started. Maturity issues, and then him doing TikToks with Juju did not help at all.
of a phenom as a rookie, a Canadian one-hit wonder like Carly Rae Jepsen. Remember her? I don't, but I do remember the pasty hunk of ripped jeans and meat mowing her lawn.
Okay, bro. Okay,
The
bro.
Canadian-born Notre Dame.
Oh,
product
that
had
song?
73 yards.
That's the
and
only
9
good song
touchdowns
she
in
had.
2020 out of nowhere.
Call
Plus
me
another
maybe.
2 touchdowns in the playoffs. He earned the nickname Mapletron. And then he fell
Mapletron.
off a cliff.
Never
9
compare this nigga to
touchdowns in
Megatron
2020.
ever again. I don't
He's
know
had
why the
just
hell they would
4
call
and
him
3
that.
subsequent seasons. And after the Bears spent an early second-round pick to acquire Claypool, he did close to nothing in Chicago. Claypool caught all 8 passes between Chicago and Miami last year, and somehow a year later he finds himself in the thick of the Bills receiving core
Yep.
with the season just a few months away.
You don't even have a true
Claypool's
number-
prime is
true
not
number one
living
wide
up to the
receiver either.
expectations he set his rookie season. And the only reason I'm putting Claypool on this list
Yeah, this is probably the
Since
dumbest
he
shit he's
said
ever
his-
said. I know I'm a top 3 receiver. Nigga, where? You're not, bro. You're not even top 50, gang. You're not even top 50.
rookie season. And the only reason I'm putting Claypool on this list is because I think Josh Allen is that good. We can all dunk on Chase, but he did produce when Big Ben was his quarterback. Even in 2021, he still had 59 grabs for 860 yards.
Yeah, this
Claypool
was
has
what I
an
was talking about
earn,
right
and
here.
his lack of
Dumbass
effort
nigga.
is well documented and fair, but he might end it, and his lack of effort is well documented.
Yo, that
and
nigga
fair,
got
but he might
benched.
end up getting enough targets simply
Holy
because he's
shit.
sharing a depth chart with Keon Coleman, Mac Hollins, Curtis Samuel, and Khalil Shakir. He also could get cut before the season starts.
Imagine
if he proves
if he
himself
gets
in
cut,
training
bro. Just go to overseas, my nigga. Go back home to Canada, my nigga, and play football there.
camp, he could have a 600 or 700 yard season.
This is crazy.
Okay, fine. Maybe that is crazy, but he has a chance.
I like that
Zach
song.
Wilson. I hope
Zach
this
Wilson?
one doesn't end up being true. Nothing against old Zachy Wilson, but if we're in a place where Zach Wilson is playing football ahead of Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham, I will give up on football forever.
Hey, that is true, but I think Bo Nix is definitely the front runner right
Broncos
now.
fan. I'll fucking quit. Don't you try me, Zach. But assuming
I forgot he's a Broncos
he
fan, so
does
that's why
get
he's
on the
talking
field,
shit.
I think you can make the case that he's got the best chance to succeed this year based on having a coach who specifically wanted him in Sean Payton. Not the first time an older authority figure has taken an interest in young Zach. I can't think of a player more overdue for a change of scenery than Zach Wilson, and I think his family made that very, very clear. Wilson had some strong moments last year, like a game the Jets could have won against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
I feel like they got screwed out of that.
Football in this upcoming season, he could parlay that into a shot to start somewhere
His
else,
best game, I feel like, was
in
against the
2025.
Broncos when he threw for over 300 yards.
If you can have a good game of football with Nathaniel Hackett calling plays,
I've really enjoyed making love to your ears.
Nigga, what? What shit is that?
I honestly believe anything is possible.
Bro,
But
who
let's
says
keep this
that?
really simple. Zach Wilson can save his career in the NFL by proving he should be the backup quarterback in Denver. Jarrett Stidham, he's going to make $6 or $7 million this year. Zach Wilson's going to earn
that throw's
$2.7
crazy.
million. Denver is not vested in either of these QBs after this season, but all Zach needs to do is impress Sean Payton, more so than Jarrett Stidham, to earn a secure job as the number 2 behind Bo Nix. Being a backup QB your head coach wants is one of the best places to be in the NFL. But if Sean Payton cuts Zach Wilson, there's probably not many, if any, teams willing to bring him in next year. Justin Fields. Now, he's in a good spot to save his career for 2 reasons.
For sure.
One,
as much as
he
I
doesn't
hate
even have to
Pittsburgh,
really
you know,
play to get another
he's
chance.
definitely in a great
Like
spot.
Zach Wilson, all
they
he
got some
has
pretty
to
good
do is
talent
earn
on
the
offense.
trust and respect of Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith. If he has that, I can see them attempting to bring him back in 2025 if Russell Wilson doesn't work out. My guess is Russell Wilson will be
And
average.
Fields has got all the talent in the world too. I just feel like so many other quarterbacks, he just got rushed right into things, got thrown straight into the line of fire. I feel like him sitting behind a veteran, we've heard this so many times, him sitting behind Russell Wilson is going to help him a ton, help him learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? They got similar play styles. They're both mobile quarterbacks and shit like that, both athletic, but Fields is more dynamic as a runner than Russell is. But at the same time, like, bro, he can learn a lot from Russell Wilson, bro, this season. And then maybe he can be their franchise guy.
The Steelers won't be in a position to draft their next quarterback, but also will not want to pay Russell Wilson what he believes he will be worth in 2025. So Fields can get a chance at redemption by doing nothing in 2025.
I've just now noticed Russell got some weird ass ears.
The mystery of who he is as an NFL quarterback will still be intriguing enough
he dye his hair?
for a quarterback needy team to bring him in. Bo Nix, if he starts for Denver, will have a long leash as a rookie. Russell Wilson will not be afforded that in Pittsburgh, which works in Fields' favor. The second and more likely scenario is Justin Fields gets a chance to start when the Steelers see all of Russell Wilson's limitations up close.
Unlimited.
I think Fields is better suited to
Unlimited.
run Arthur Smith's offense than Russ, although it is close. Fields, though, can be lethal, a lethal part of the run game himself, and that's where his opportunity awaits. All he has to
They can
do
run
is
2
convince
quarterback
them his
sets,
rushing
though.
yards are more valuable than what they can do with Russ. If he does that, plus completes one pass to the middle of the field, literally anytime ever, and demonstrates a better understanding of the playbook, he's got more upside. Someone reposted this play Russell Wilson did not make against the Patriots, and
What?
Fields simply needs to be better than this play, because all the coaching and scheming in the world won't.
Did we just get a
ever
sub?
Erase this from Russell.
I think we just got a
Here's
sub.
an odd one.
When I
Kadarius
edit
Toney,
this, I'll
Sky
see.
Moore, and
I think we just got
Mecole
another
Hardman.
sub, bro.
Yes. All 3 of
Shout
these
out to whoever that was,
speedy
man.
Receivers had this chance last year and they did not capitalize. Yet all 3 are back in Kansas City with the best quarterback on planet Earth throwing them the football. And all 3 scored touchdowns in the Chiefs' Super Bowl wins of 5 yards or less. I would not have included them here if Rashee Rice wasn't bracing for a significant suspension this season. If Rice misses a half a year, one of these ball catchers will get more reps than we were expecting. If one of them can prove to be a reliable target,
And I feel like for me, bro, I feel like everybody has really forgotten about Justin Ross. He's still on their roster. If he can stay healthy, he's dangerous, bro. We all saw him at Clemson and how dangerous he can be. Like, come on now. They cannot forget about him. If they somehow lose out on Justin Ross, bro, I want my Ravens to go after him. I do not care, bro.
Patrick
I still got
Mahomes,
faith in him.
They can extend their time in Kansas City significantly. To me, this is less about the guys and more about the opportunity they have in front of them. Unlike Quentin Johnston, I do wish all three of them only the worst. Trayvon Walker. Don't get it twisted. Trayvon Walker is not a bad football player. And much like Zach
he started to get things going last year.
So was Walker. And
maybe he's due for a breakout this year.
He went first overall. That's a tough spot for an edge rusher, especially one who needs to develop. Especially when Aiden Hutchinson was the consensus.
That's what I was shocked about. I was so set in stone, thought that Aiden Hutchinson was going to be the number 1 overall pick. And then when they said Trayvon Walker, bro, I was like, what? Really, nigga?
Best edge player, who then went number 2 overall.
Hutchinson maybe they saw something we didn't.
Sacks, 3 more career picks.
Yeah, he had more picks than me.
More tackles, and he generated 101 quarterback pressures.
I cannot wait for the top 100 list this year.
Walker's rookie season was not good, but if you're a Jags fan, you have
all
to
know
feel
Mahomes is going to be number 1,
about
bro.
The leap he made in year 2. So Walker, not a bust, but a bust in comparison to Aiden Hutchinson's production. Walker, though, went from 3.5 sacks to 10. He went from 5 tackles for a loss to 10, 36 to 59 pressures. All around improvement. That's good. We cannot call an improving player a bust. It's called development.
Yep.
I expect that to continue, but what we need to see from Walker isn't just a good season. He needs to dominate, to be a top 5 player in either sacks or pressures. But maybe more fairly, what we need is Walker and Allen to have the best combined.
They could be a great edge rush duo.
Edge duo next season for this to feel like a good move for the Jags. Walker
especially if
needs to
Trayvon
take
Walker
advantage
breaks out
of
this year.
Teams having to game plan for Josh Allen, make impactful plays, play like a top 10 edge defender. Even in an improved season, he ranked 22nd in pressures and tied at 22nd in sacks and was 47th in tackles for losses. For comparison, Von Miller, drafted 2nd overall, led the league in pressures and sacks in year 2. Walker doesn't need to be Batman, but he's got to be Josh Allen's Robin. And right now, he's Spider-Man's Alpha. Who the hell is Alpha? Exactly. None of us fucking remember Alpha because he sucked. And if you say you liked Alpha, you're a liar and a traitor. A traitor to comic book legacies.
Relax, nigga.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
No,
yeah, and the Vikings just clarified that he's gonna be the starter.
Than Sam Darnold. Unlike the other QBs not named Bryce Young in this episode, Darnold is expected to
and
start.
Darnold, hey, I ain't gonna lie, when Purdy got hurt when we played them on Christmas, bro, he played really good, bro. He played fairly good, and they, you know what I'm saying, we're technically close to coming back, but we were still blowing them out the water. But he still played pretty good in replace of Purdy, so he might actually have a good season.
Justin Jefferson to throw the ball to with nothing to lose. Darnold has already accepted his bust status.
And then somewhat hitting rock bottom.
Hey.
How could you not after he got molested by those ghosts that gave him mono when Adam Gase was his head coach? This man has been through hell.
Seeing ghosts.
Like Sam Darnold
seeing ghosts.
Mono.
Seeing ghosts. That's not good.
He's playing with house money.
Wow.
And he has a prepubescent teenage boy pushing him for his job. No threat there.
Boy.
Plus, that teen is already holding out, which gives Darnold more time to lock in and
Wait.
secure the job right away.
Why is JJ holding out as a
the best
rookie?
receiver in the game, in Justin Jefferson. He has a top 5 tight end.
And they
in
got
TJ
Jordan
Hawkinson.
Addison. I said
Jordan
Addison. Jordan Addison,
who was
yeah.
great as a rookie and one of the best pass blocking offensive lines in the league last year. And while we've never seen Darnold play as well as, say, Baker Mayfield, he's in a very similar situation as Baker was last season with the Buccaneers.
Imagine Sam Darnold has a Baker Mayfield type season, and then they pay him a nice little contract.
Great
too.
weapons, and with Aaron
I could
Jones
see- I
in
could
the
see that
backfield,
happening, bro.
I'd say Sam's got a better
definitely
overall
see that happening.
situation than Baker had last season. It is a prove-it type deal and year for Sam Darnold, and I have no idea what will happen. But if I had to pick one guy to have a great year, it will be Sam Darnold. Oh, that's crazy.
This is crazy.
You gotta start scoring touchdowns, though.
Thanks for watching. That's good.
Hey
Sports.
man,
Please subscribe
what do you guys
to
think? Who will have the out of all the busts that in this video, bro? Who do y'all think is gonna have the best season? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notification, notify whenever I drop another banger video. We're on the road to 300 subs. Help me get there for more banger NFL content like this. And without further ado, I'm out. Gang.